All right, guys, here we go. It's time for the afternoon market check-in where we track how pricing shifted and if there's any value that's showing some opportunities here as it emerges in the afternoon and close to tip-off first pitch and puck dropping here. But we have some sharp versus public action, have some big adjustments, and we're going to try to find some profitable angles and wagers here. Of course, the betting is not just about picking winners; it's about finding the right price at the right time. So again, if you're serious about long-term profits, you really need to use the tools and help yourself out to help find these opportunities as it pays to understand how the market movement is. Now, right now we're at OddsView. There's free links for this. There's free trials for this down below. And you can see here the 8.5%. It's a big amount of positive EV. We're going to open up the charts here with Cade Cunningham, alt points and assists, and over 37.5 over at FanDuel. So what we're seeing here is that plus 122 at FanDuel is an outlier. You've got Bet365 and MGM and, of course, Hard Rock. But, certainly in player prop type bets, this movement here would seemingly be pretty big because you have the price changing so much. Here's the FanDuel chart in blue, and you can see here they dropped down this other direction. So again, this is interesting to know. As you surf through here, you can find a lot of different opportunities. We'll move on to the next one. We'll pick out the under 4.5 turnovers here at Bet365 plus 125. You can see the market pricing is sort of going this direction, sort of going that way towards this. And so we can, again, pick off any outlier pricing opportunities here. And this is how you stack up positive EV play after positive EV play. And I certainly use other tools and other methods to identify and find positive EV plays, but we'll pull up another quick one just to give you an idea of how this looks. But you can do this in the settings, sort of create the sports books that you want to use, and we'll keep on cruising here. The sports books in the filters area that you want to pick. If you want to leave FanDuel out, you can. If you want to leave DraftKings out, you can. You start at the top and really put in your general minimum percentage. If you really want to even go down to, say, 1.5, you're going to open up a lot more wagers as we put this in. But this is going to be helping you use the tools to find these positive EV bets. You can set your odds range. So if you want to go with some bigger underdogs, you can put in, say, a plus 130 or plus 140, etc. And, of course, choose all the different sports books that you might want to have included in this, and really give yourself a lot of data to work with and play around with this settings piece to use the books that you have or use the books that you want. Of course, in sports, we have baseball selected here, basketball selected. You can actually choose all the different leagues and all the different college games, KBO for baseball, etc. But if you also want to just have specific markets and player props, if you don't want to have anything to do with say assists, you take that out. If you don't have anything to do with rebounds, you can take that out, and you really can kind of customize the specific markets that you want to get into. I know there's a few markets that I don't want to get into, so we'll leave them out. But having this set up to where you have exactly and specifically what you want in your shopping, you can apply all these and save these filters, and then away you go. And it does all the work for you, really. It lays it all out there. I also like the OddsView odds screen. So, for example, here we have the pre-match MLB, and you can see here we have the first inning total with the Angels-Pirates game. You can check out the pricing and see what's moving, see kind of the direction it's going with the different sports books here. You can actually also put in different sports books and add them to the list if you want to make sure you get pricing on those. It's really an incredible tool to have, especially in the morning if you're checking the lines out, checking the markets out. You can switch games and pull up the other teams, the other markets, all the different markets down here, player props, batter props, alt markets, first inning markets, first five, things like that. So this is a tool that really is helpful to use, checking out the positive EV bets and also giving you some ideas on direction so that if you maybe missed the boat and the positive EV line movement is gone, or if it's something you can still take advantage of. So you can really focus in on the time and understand why the market's moving. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's lineup news, etc. But this tool is amazing. Again, highly recommend you get started. Make sure you use promo code BOYD, BOYD, if you get started. It's going to save you 35% off if you go ahead and decide to go forward and get signed up with OddsView. But this tool is amazing. You can track your bets in the bet tracker. You can get alerts. This is outstanding. You can have the alert sent to you. If it has a minimum positive EV, you can have the alert sent to you your email, or you can have the alert sent to Discord. They have a Discord which you can use, and here we are here. It's so nice to have this sent to you without having to really lift a finger again, but you can get all this information sent so that you don't miss any wagers if you are, at work or whatever the case, and you don't want to, miss anything. You can say, hey, send me everything from Bet Rivers that's 5% or above. Well, here's one for you. Mackenzie Gore, pitcher strikeouts under 6.5. You can see this value here at plus 132. We're going to open up this chart and see the direction that it seems to be going with the other sports books. So again, highly recommending you help yourself with the tools, because that's really the only way you're going to be able to cover enough ground. So this one, in cases I'm wondering why there's not any unders on this side of things, but that'd be a case where certainly compared to Fanatics, plus 105, you're getting plus 132 at Rivers. Canby books, they're going to stand out here getting the pricing issue. But this is a tool, again, kind of giving you a quick little market report to have, and we'll do more of these as we go forward. Now, before we leave, I did want to show you saw that under in the Gore strikeouts. This is a Strikeout Pro. This is Best Odds Edge. It's edge.bestodds.com. This tool is amazing. They have a NRFI program and they have a strikeout program that you get really key focused data. So you can see here, Gore just threw 13 Ks in 6 innings. You can see the stats here as you pull that up against the Rockies. But you can see sort of his average numbers, throwing a lot of strikeouts. Good left-handed pitcher. Average Ks starts at 9. So you ask yourself, well, how's he doing against, or how will he potentially do against the Baltimore Orioles? And you can pull that up so you can see the left-handed pitching overall. The Orioles here are about middle of the pack. So nothing good, nothing bad. It's just a case where they're going to show up and outperform or underperform kind of their average numbers. But this tool is something I use on a daily basis. Edge.bestodds.com is something that, if you get to use the data and the information for NRFI, no run first inning, YRFI, yes run first inning, or pitcher strikeouts, you can really help yourself understand how the games may lay out in the first the first 3, first 5, things like that, because you're really just using starting pitching information and the head-to-head key consistent data that you would have with these. So, you may look at the DeGrom versus the A's first inning NRFI. You can kind of see here the stats on how that could go. But it's all right here, and you can combine the specific data with the offerings that they have at the sportsbook. So this is a site that I use for research, sites that I use for information. I really think it's something you'd be able to take advantage of. In fact, I'll give you an example. As you can see here, you have versus left-handed pitching this year. Obviously the Rockies are struggling, swinging and miss at 33.8% Ks. And then you can see down at the bottom, you've got the Padres and the A's. If I can scroll here, they're just doing horribly. And it's something that you can use to get a better, more accurate view of the stats. So hopefully that's very helpful.